I forgot to hit add to stage. Go me. Anyway, it's Thursday night, which of course means it's time for another Toypixx live stream. And for tonight, with all the excitement of Toy Fair down, there wasn't a whole lot that was revealed that we didn't already know about. So, what, pray tell, do you think is actually coming about in 2026? That will be our discussion tonight. Perhaps what you're hoping comes out and what reading the tea leaves tells us is in fact coming out. So if you're catching this on the replay, let us know either the answer to the answer to one of those two questions. What do you think's coming out based on past precedent? Or what do you really want to see come out in 2026? Tonight, I'm drinking Pure Life water, which I believe is Nestle water. Yes, friends, the Crunch people, they pump out water and sell it in bottles as well. So guzzle up. Hope everybody's having fun. Clearly, I'm listening to D Amazing tonight. Now, let's get to ye old chat, shall we? Ooh, I did notice Star got in here. What we're going to do, because sci-fi always hits us with all the rundowns, we're going to go in, we're going to read sci-fi stuff first, then I'm going to go back and I'm going to hit Star's comments because it looks like he can't make tonight, but he did provide some relatively interesting info, speaking of tea leaves, that we might be able to read into a bit because nerd. I don't know about the rest of you, but yeah, definitely nerd. Let's hop to it. Sci-fi, what's going on, sir? Greetings and toytations, everyone. Have fun and all the best to you at the art show, Sci-fi or Star. Jeez, oh boy, go me. Yes, Star is prepping for an art show. We will go back. We'll check all that stuff out. I haven't tried the TF Overgears, but I am a big fan of the Gestalt Transformers, particularly our regularly scheduled program. Oh, wait. Okay, well, I think it skipped something on Sci-Fi, so now let's get going. Mattel showed off their DC line for kids, and I gotta say, they look really fun. They have green translucent pieces for Green Lantern, bright colors, and a modular Batmobile that is actually really nice and can accommodate Robin's motorcycle in the front of its design and a few other sleek features. Anyone who's pre-ordered Loose Collectors, Sasquatch, Yeti, or Skookum figures, prepare to get charged soon. Robo Don't Know, Jay Hernandez, and Bad Ace Reviews have each done reviews on Sasquatch, Yeti, and Skookum, respectively. Each is 10 inches. Lots of details in their skin, fur, hands, feet, and face. Plenty of articulation, including double-jointed arms and legs, a ball-jointed waist. Woo-hoo-hoo! That's really the best thing. And an overall posability to rival Spider-Man, yet Hasbro keeps saying, they can't do that for the Hulk. Sure, Jan, the only thing they don't have are butterfly joints. They come with 2 heads each, a normal neutral head and a yelling head. The Yeti has removable horns. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. For both heads. Speaking of Sasquatch, Chatsworth from Operation Monster Force is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. Mondo showed off their Janine from the Real Ghostbusters 6-inch line. She comes with a desk and a few other accessories for the Mondo price of $140. I got charged Sunday night for the Arcade Sentinel variants, and they arrived today. They stand at 7.2 inches, which is 18.3 centimeters tall. They come with a whole fair? Wait a second. With a fair-sized boulder, 2 blast effects, and an extra set of hands. What really makes these Sentinels stand out, besides their color schemes, is the metallic paint sheen. Nice. If only Marvel Legends consistently did this with all of their metallic or armored characters. Iron Man, Doctor Doom, Ultron, etc. Silver Surfer. Instead of once in a while going back to Mattel, they had a banner at Toy Fair stating that we can expect their DC collectors line or films, full movies, etc. Oh, wait. DC, okay, hold on. I think the sign said, if I'm not mistaken, I thought it said, maybe it did, January 27. It skipped around again. Clearly, StreamYard is being weird. I filled out a little survey before this saying, hey, what can we improve? And the main thing I talked about was getting the chats to come in blocks. But had I known that it was doing a bunch of this, I knew once in a while, but I would have thrown that in there too. Hopefully that problem gets taken care of. Okay, are there metallic or armored characters? Okay, we got that one already. Films, but movies, etc., are endless. There's currently a Zack Snyder Superman versus Darkseid, as well as Captain America and Thor from the Avengers versus Snyder's Justice League, Superman, and Batman online that are going viral. Someone also took the Deadpool and Wolverine scene where Logan is in his brown and tan suit about to fight the Hulk and made it into a full scene. The fine line between reality and fiction via media is almost non-existent now. Be careful what to believe out there, people. We control the horizontal and the vertical. We control the audio. We can shape your thoughts into whatever we desire. The outer limits. Back to toy news. I received my gear, let's see, 010 from Valiverse. Nice. It's a nice tin, looking like a military crate with the Action Force logo embossed on the top. It's chock full of vests, belts, and the exclusive black and gray trooper that comes with it. Some of the gear is from previous waves, but the newest vests are much improved. Before, it was a chore to try and close the vest back properly on a figure. Now, they open and close with ease. Sweet, because I was having that trouble even with Monster Force figures. I definitely want more of the new vest. The exclusive figures come with 2 heads, extra hands, no weapons, but a tin of useful gear. 4 Horsemen have come across a hiccup for their legendary Warrior event figure. It originally came with 4 heads, 2 red heads, with one wearing blue war paint like their Celtic warrior for Atlanticon. Supposedly, the owners of Red Sonja thought the likenesses were too similar. So to avoid any IP infringement, they decided to remove the extra 2 heads. The figure was going to be $50, but is said to now cost $40. I saw that. Good on the 4 Horsemen, bad on the Red Sonja figures. That thing, I didn't even think Red Sonja when I saw that. So anyway, we could get into that all night, honestly. On last night's 3POA podcast, Ryan Laserpants speculated that the 4 Horsemen would most likely have those 2 heads for sale in a blind bag or in a cosmic head pack. Many Mythic Legions members are in an uproar, posting memes about Red Sonja getting trashed by other characters. As well they should be. Let's see, it's petty, but also pretty funny and creative. Some have even joked, have even joked how we can't have the black and blonde haired heads either, because obviously they represent Xena and Gabrielle. Red Sonja is the only, fourth and final figure of the Mythic Legions RPG was shown. It's a Jaguar Ranger. Seriously, Sci-Fi, this is jumping all over the place. I know it's not you, though. Each character has its own character pack that you can use to change it to a different class or mix and match between the 4. The Kickstarter will be launching within the week. And I think Anton might have jumped in to save you out, Sci-Fi George. I have to warn you, the aliens that I've been defeating have escaped and are loose in the comments. I don't know what this means for the chat, but I will keep working on it. Get on it, Anton. They're clearly wreaking havoc. D Amazing has a review up for the new Red Rain 6-inch Red Rain. The red acid rain, I think, right? Is it the Fext, the vehicle? That thing's sweet. Scale vehicle from Fans Hobby. They basically repainted their version of the Ostriker in maroon, black, and gray with a few extras. I saw, man, and they had all those racing stickers. I actually thought it looked pretty cool. For anyone that wants to build up the red/maroon and black/gray armies, this would be a fine addition. I do kind of want to do that. I think those are the proper color for the armies. There's going to be a lull again in toy news because of the new lunar year of the horse, so expect a flood of deliveries and news by the first week of March. Well, that's the bi-weekly rundown for the, for the week. Hang on. Wow. Okay, it missed it again. By the way, a big shout out to our Steam Chat replay crew and our most esteemed Time Lord Anton for always keeping our history intact and unwritten by things most diabolical and unseen. Sci-Fi, thanks again for the recap, man. Always awesome to see that. Let's read Anton's next thing. I don't know how this is going to affect the chat, Sci-Fi George, but aliens are bother your comments of escape. Don't worry, I will completely work on this until they are recaptured. Awesome work, Anton. Hey man, you hold hold the fort down pretty well anyway. So I think we'll survive. We're gonna be okay. Let's get back to Star's comments at the beginning of the video. I want to see we're at the beginning of the chat. Star, hey guys, can't make it tonight. Got an art show I have to be present for. So a few comments. Did you all see how BBTS has taken down temporarily the pre-orders for Overgear? Previous pre-orders are still up. Been thinking about the TF Overgear world. I'd love to see the Combaticons. Ooh. Oh man, the Combaticons would have to be the first combiner. Bring on a lot of new members, break away from the Decepticons and become their own faction. Any 6 can form a Gestalt. Is it Gestalt or is it Gestalt? Help me out, guys. Is it a soft G or a hard G? Member or let's see, as a crocodile? Don't know why I'm thinking about this stuff. Just too excited for Overgear, I guess. What's everyone else been up to? Y'all see that the agent and spy for Soldiers of Fortune are in over at BBTS. I did, and they do look good. Fit right in with Monster Force. I went ahead and pre-ordered the Deluxe 3.0 Transformers DLX Jazz from BBTS. Not my personal fave, but getting the whole 2007 set is awesome. And add to that, if they do the entire Decepticon cast of 2007, that is something I can't pass up. And if you're getting all the Decepticons, then you have to get all the Autobots. That's just how we roll. That's how they roll because they're Autobots. Sorry, my bad. Can't be here when Dave takes the stage. So just wanted to drop a few lines now. Take care, gang, and I'll see you all next time around. Take it away, Sci-Fi. Man, Star, I hope you have fun tonight at the art show, man. Is it yours or is it your wife's or whose art show is it? I mean, that would be cool. Send pics, do something, have some fun. But also, I did see, based on what you had typed, I went back and I looked at BBTS real quick. They did take down the pre-orders, and this is where the tea leaves are starting to come in a little bit. I'm wondering if, like, I saw a quick mention of maybe Hasbro Pulse bringing the Overgear line over, but it was done in kind of a joke, so I didn't pay much attention to it. But if Hasbro Pulse is bringing Overgear in, then maybe BBTS wants to be like, better see what they're going to price them at so we can adjust our prices accordingly. So I would say there's a good chance because of them taking down the pre-orders temporarily, because you can still find the figures on the site. I would say there's a decent chance that Hasbro is bringing them over. And if they are, we might be able to get them at a better price than we initially thought stateside. But it's Hasbro, so maybe not. Also, all right, let's get back to it. Spaded. The AI guy is married. I didn't even notice. I don't know. He might be to another AI robot type person. I don't know, Spaded one. Mr. Madsen, people are getting Operation Monster Force Agent Enemy, aka blue suited guy with blue executioner's hood. I know. I've seen that. It looks exciting. I'm wondering when the first person that's going to put like one of those water decals on his forehead is going to be. Let's see. Mole Rats and Night Vipers arrived yesterday, and Akuma and Lifeline arrived tomorrow. Nice. Man, you're loading up. You've got all kinds of Joes coming in, and they all look good, man. They all look good. I love what Lenny's doing with that line. Akuma, I just had a pile of loot shipped. It just shipped today. I had it sent, or I sent them the thing to ship it yesterday. And in all honesty, they're still waiting for FedEx to pick it up, it looks like. But the point is, Akuma's in that pile of loot. Can't wait to get him. This should be fun. That'll be my first figure of the year. What's going on, Brandon? Good evening, sir. Thanks for stopping in tonight. Uncarded. Let's go. Retsuya. Pre-order coming soon. I saw that. If anybody saw Mad Hatter talking a little bit about the Mythic Legions thing, then you know what's going on with Uncarded here. Mad Hatter is thinking of adding to his Flipboard crew Red Suya, which I think would be hysterical, honestly, because I do think it's silly to sit there and try and make a big deal out of a figure that, honestly, I did not see Red Sonja with that. So anyway, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Hatter comes up with there. That's going to be good times. And like I say, man, go check out that video after this one, of course. Paul, what's going on, sir? Hello. Pixelated, hello, fellow collectors. What's up, Pixelated? Good to see you, man. Mr. Madsen, I've decided all the Savage Crucible Zolocon decoded all the Savage Crucible Zolocon messages. Now you're just showing off. Uncarded, thank you, sir. Whew, very nice. Let's see. Official Red Sonja looks real unprofessional right now. That account isn't very smart, in my opinion. It's a bad look for going after 4-H. I 1000% agree, man. Like, there is, like, I'm sitting there going, because they were sitting there apparently in the comments saying, Boss Fight has Red Sonja, Boss Fight has Red Sonja, Boss Fight has Red Sonja. I started to wonder, is Boss Fight behind, like, you know, the conspiracy theory kind of thing going on in my head? Is it Boss Fight's behind this? Is it the Red Sonja people are behind this? Either way, it feels like both could potentially, you know, for at least a little while, because we all have short memories, it could be that both are suffering here for a little while. Sorry, folks, clearly I'm thirsty there. But yeah, I fully agree, especially when the Four Horsemen, there are very few companies, I think, out there that have the backing of collectors overall. Even if you're not a Four Horsemen collector, you know that they're out there doing a pretty good job for a lot of people, and they're not trying to hose people. So like what Sci-Fi said earlier about that figure that they have to take the two heads out of, they lowered the price from 50 to 40 bucks. That's what you do when you're the Four Horsemen. When your other companies, oh, sorry, guys, we can't sell you the heads, but we're still going to charge you the same. Anyway, yeah, I totally agree. It is a bad look. Uncarded, the social media manager for Red Sonja Official / LLC, just alienated a large portion of their target audience. Boss Fight Studio is an unfortunate casualty of the overzealous licensor. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering how much heat they're going to take, too. Let's see. Salute. Look at that with the salad. I got nothing. Skew, Mr. Manson, you never know who you'll need bad, who you'll make look bad. Let's see. Dissing 4-H and their fans. That's 100%, Skew. Good to see you, man. Uncarded, Skew, true indeed. And howdy. Ooh, Red Sonja. Yeah, it's going to be funny when that thing comes up. Sci-Fi Red Sonja would go great with a Hound of Tarche. I know, man. I gotta get into Hatter's line. I love just the silliness of it and the somewhat timeliness of it as well. It's quality stuff. So I don't really have, besides what Star had posted about Overgear, I don't really have any kind of gut feeling right now about what we're going to see beyond maybe what we've got as far as leak lists are concerned. So what does anybody else have as far as what you're thinking? And I wanted to show you here real quick. This is what Star was talking about. These are the Overgear figures. They were up. This is BBTS, the Overgear guys. They were up. And for a pre-order and all that, people got pre-orders in. And now they say coming soon. Now the price was, oh man, I wish I could remember. Somebody, if you guys know, let me know what the price was on these guys. I think the total, when I thought about it, with shipping and tax, was right around $300. But I mean, shipping and tax for me. Luckily, it sounds like I'm in one of the states with some of the lowest tax rates, which is 6%. So for $300, it'd be $18 tax plus the $4 for shipping if I didn't have a pile of loot going. But yeah, it was right around $300, I think, for me, for the two of them. So let me know if you guys picked them up and what you think. Like, I honestly think, because it says coming soon, I am thinking that that means that Hasbro Pulse is going to bring them over, and these guys just want to wait and see what the price is going to be. Let's see, Paul, thank you, sir, for keeping the people involved. Always appreciated. Harry, Four Horsemen stuff is good, but it's not as good as people like to say it is. If you step back, other than the paint, what makes them so great? Well, at this point, Harry, because I was one that was against going after them quite a bit too, because I always thought they looked good and I always thought they had a lot of great accessories. Their articulation is improving by leaps and bounds from what I've gotten compared to what it was. Like the thing that was holding me back was the articulation. And so now, let's see here, we've got Gideon. It's hard to tell with a knight. His elbows, it used to be their elbows would go just below 90, it seemed like, and now they're going quite a bit past 90. So that kind of thing for me anyway, especially for knight characters, was a big deal. And I do like the paint and I do like the massive amounts of accessories because there's so many different options for photography. But I totally get if you look at them and say, I'm not so sure. But there's also the comparison. You put a Mythic Legions figure next to, say, Spider-Man, like a Maximum Spider-Man, and you just hold the two figures, and the difference is crazy. Sci-Fi Ball Askew. Excellent. Whew. Uncarded, speaking of Target, they've got some sweet deals, discounts on select classified figures right now. I saw that what is it, the Desert Scorpion? I can't remember the name of the guy because they had, way back when, they had the Sand Viper, I think, in one of the later G.I. Joe lines. And then I think it was Desert Scorpion in A Real American Hero. They had him for something like 26 or 27 bucks. And then the divers were around 35, I think. So that was crazy to see those prices. Let's see. Sci-Fi Dave, did you get an email about the Super Musk? Mine's still in Canada waiting for a delivery label / date. You know what? You said that, Sci-Fi, the other day. I haven't yet, but it might not be the email that I normally use. So I'm going to have to go back and see if I did get something about it. Let me know. Are they asking you, are they just telling you it's here and it's going to get shipped eventually? Or are they saying something else? Like, obviously, my address hasn't changed or anything like that. So if I can just ignore the email, that's fine. But just curious. Uncarded, Harry, everyone is entitled to their opinion. However, Mythic Legions is more than just an action figure line. It's an entire ecosystem / community with massive interaction and support. Yeah, there are few groups that I have seen anywhere in anything that are as passionate as the Cabal. It's pretty cool. And they're passionate yet overwhelmingly positive. A lot of times you get online and you've got a lot of just angry people. Like Star and I have talked a little bit, or I put it out there to the live stream, that the people on TFW 2005 just seem massively angry. Like that's where they go because they're angry at everything in life, and that's where they can vent, you know? So I think I see that in a lot of fandoms. I don't see it so much in the Mythic Legions Cabal, which is a big part of the experience. Harry, yeah, that community is getting into cult territory with attacks on people that aren't 100%. See, that's the first I've heard about that. So let me know what's up. Sci-Fi, I grabbed 2 extra classified Scorpion and Desert Viper for 27 bucks. FedEx is telling me they're waiting for a delivery label. Nice. Okay. Waiting for a delivery label for, we're talking the Scorpion and Desert Viper, or are we talking the Musk now? Now I'm just totally lost. All right. That's probably my fault that I'm lost, by the way. But yeah, I wanted to show this. When we're talking about other things, I mean, we know chances are, like at least as far as what we've seen so far, I think we can be pretty sure that T-Hawk and Zangief are coming from Jada this year, because that will, in effect, finish out the Street Fighter 2 line. We need to know, I have to think Scooby and his wave are coming out from Jada. So that's got to happen. If that doesn't happen, man, I don't know. I want to know more. I want June out there talking to people. It's like what we talked about on Monday's live stream. Is it's just sitting there going, come on, Jada, we need help. We need you to let us know what's going on. Just throw us a bone. Let us know what's up. Tell us what's coming our way. That sort of deal. But I think reading the tea leaves for Jada, we're going to get, because they're still showing Wave 3 cards and all that from the Scooby line, I think we get Wave 2 and we get Wave 3 this year, as far as Scooby's concerned. I think we finish out at least the Player 1 versions of Street Fighter 2. Let's see, we're gonna get the Rush Wave of Mega Man. I bet that's probably it this year. I bet so. We got the most recent wave with the larger villains, and then we're gonna get the Rush Wave probably also. But Mega Man seems to be trickling out. It wouldn't surprise me if Mega Man's not doing great, and so they might not get as far as we would like them to get with Mega Man. But I don't know. Again, I haven't heard anything about any of this because Jada has been on radio silent Mezco mode, not really saying a whole lot about a whole lot. I obviously think we'll get pre-orders up for Invincible Series 1, but with so much blood in the water right now, as far as Invincible is concerned, I think Jada's going to have to step it up a little bit while the iron's hot. So I'd be willing to bet we'll at least get pre-orders for the first 2 waves this year. Now, as far as Cyberpunk Edge Runners, I don't know when that's coming out. I would assume this year. We've been hearing about it for a while, the season 2. So I'm guessing they're going to at least have the first round of those up for pre-order, plus the most recent waves up for pre-order from the first series. So that, I think, is pretty much it as far as Jada, though we probably will finally get the first wave of Jada's latest Street Fighter. It was Street Fighter Alpha, wasn't it? The next one that gets done after Street Fighter 2? I'm not sure. Let me know. Skew, much respect, but all the lines we are checking had better step up their articulation fully. Brutal Realms and Savage Crucible are bringing articulation. No, you're right. You're right, Skew. They've got to do it. They got to do it. But I think the thing about Mythic Legions is if you pre-order them I think competitively, they're priced competitively, and their stuff is beautiful, and they've got a big story behind it and everything else. And they've been at it long enough where they're releasing several figures. Like, there's just a lot that adds up to kind of it started real grassroots, and it's just kind of exploded without a whole lot going on outside. It's not like Mythic Legions is attending Toy Fair, or trying to sell to Walmart or get in there and get in Target. So there's a lot of that. But you are right. Every company, like one of the things that I can't stand that I hear people say from time to time is in a review, somebody will say, they didn't have to do that. Are you kidding me? At this point, with how great every company is doing things, you have to do it all. If you want our money, you got to do everything. So as much as I'm going to sit here and defend Mythic Legions and say they've really stepped up their articulation, you are not wrong. They got to step it up a whole lot more. At least if photography is going to be a big thing in the action figure collector world, then you got to give people all kinds of options and all kinds of range for that photography. So there's just a lot of things to think about, Skew, and you're absolutely right. I mean, I read that, and I do have a bias right now, I think, for Mythic Legions, but to be totally objective, you are 100% spot on. Give us all the accessories, they've done that. Give us all the paint, they've done that. Give us all the articulation, maybe you got to work on that sort of deal, Let's see, Super Musk, Dave. Okay, sweet, Sci-Fi, thank you. So hopefully I should get it. Let's see, Skew, they better watch out. No, I agree. I do agree. See, uncarded, some might call it a cult. I don't know about that. However, Cabal above all. You know what? I have heard that, and you are right there. There's in Detroit, and Detroit sees it as a sign of pride, right? They have this attitude, and actually printed shirts that said Detroit versus everybody. And I was just telling somebody the other day, I'm like, that's kind of antagonistic. You want people to come back to Detroit. You really want Detroit to build up and everything. And then there's Detroit versus everybody. So I do get what you're saying. Cabal above all is definitely, I would say antagonistic also. Let's see. Yeah, I was just going to say that does seem antagonistic, but I just haven't seen a lot of negativity in that crew. So let me know if you guys know of some examples. There might be something that I'm just totally missing. Uncarded Skew. I think that Savage Crucible is somewhat overrated. Great googly moogly. And I have every figure they've released to date, plus pre-orders, and I backed the Kickstarter campaign. But I do enjoy them immensely. So what about them do you think is overrated, Uncarded? Let us know. I want to know all the things. Skew, I'm going to stay on all of them about articulation. That works for me, man. The more articulation, the better. The most important thing in the articulation, I mean, they all need to improve. Everybody needs to improve. But if they don't have a ball peg waist, they're not actually articulated. They're just statues. Skew, they are doing the rest. Okay. All right. They are. That's true. Pixelated. I didn't get an email. 2 large boxes just showed up this week. Nice, Pixelated. All right. Well, hopefully I'll have 2 large boxes showing up sometime soon. Spaded. I don't know, man. First Jada and now Storm Arena have me completely reconsidering what I'm willing to buy in that price range. The main companies are taking liberties with your nostalgia. There is no doubt about that. I was thinking the other day, I'm like, so, okay, this gets into, all right, some people will see this as negative. I'm looking at it as just realistic based on the current situation of action figures, right? So I'm looking at the Maximum Thor figure, and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at it more and everything, and I realized if this were any other company, like legit, except maybe Mattel, and even though, I mean, Mattel's shown ball peg waist, so maybe not, but the only 2 companies I would say, Mattel and Hasbro, if anyone else had any of the licenses that they have, the figures would be better. Like, there's no doubt. And they would be charging pretty much probably what they charge right now. They don't, of course, they don't have to appease boards or anything like that. But truly, I was sitting there going, that Maximum Thor is kind of what everybody else is already doing, maybe with a couple extra accessories. Like maybe Jada for Maximum Thor would have to charge 35 or 40 bucks, right? But Hasbro, nah, man. We have our big buildings in Boston. We have all this, we have all that. We've got our shareholders. We've got to take care of this, that. And I am not immune. I understand all that. But it's when you add that extra level of shareholders and probably a few extra levels of middle management where you do need to charge a little more, even if it doesn't have much to do with the license. So I look at that and I'm just going, yeah, I think if anybody else had the DC license, had the Marvel license, had the Star Wars license and all that, I think they'd be able to charge less, really, and do a better job. Now, the one thing with Hasbro and Mattel, I think Hasbro and Takara, for instance, right? They should always be the only ones that do Transformers that transform. Full stop. That's it. And then Hasbro should be the only ones doing G.I. Joe. Full stop. I know they want to license their stuff out, but if they really want to put all their stuff into their stuff, they could really make G.I. Joe something beyond special. And Mattel, put all your resources into He-Man, which they're kind of doing a little bit with that collection, with the Chronicles. So yeah, there's a lot to think about and a lot to consider with that. But yes, anyway, to get back to what you're saying, Spaded One, they are certainly playing on our nostalgia. There is no doubt. Outback Action Figures, what's up, man? Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jason Expanse here. Whoa, okay. I just started a new channel last night. Still a bit sick, unfortunately, but always happy to talk toys with the esteemed chat. Awesome, Jason, man. Okay, so what are you doing with the channel? Like, what's your deal? What's your deal, man? What you doing? Are you doing reviews? What exactly are you doing for the channel? We'll check it out. Skew, grats. Anton, the last of the Time Lords, is here. Good to see you, Anton. Thanks for stopping in again, man. Harry, the Four Horsemen Studios are probably one of the most conscientious collector-centric manufacturers around. They have earned the loyalty of their customers and community. Whew, skew. Outback action figures. Hey. Anton, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I can't hear anything. Oh, dear. That's not good. Let's see. Anybody else having trouble? Let's see. Anton, I'm not even savvy enough to tell you. Check your speakers, maybe? Nobody else has said anything in the chat about not being able to hear. So see what you can find. There might be something out there I'm not thinking of. Let's see. Harry, I think Savage Crucible is going to break out with Death Dealer and Elric figures. They might. They might. Let's see. Anton, there we go. Okay, you got it. Good job, Anton. Thank you, man. Whew, skew. Everyone is a casualty from that. Let's see, Spaded One. My experience with Savage Crucible is top notch. I bought 2 blanks, lamented online that they didn't have toe articulation, and someone reached out to me and got me toe articulated feet for free. Dude, that's taking care of your customers too, man. That's awesome. Spaded, that company rocks. Skew, else that won't do. Articulation. They got everybody. Articulation. We needs it. Sci-fi, let's see. Jada's silence is akin to NECA silence with gargoyles. Not really, but I'll take jabs at NECA for how they fumbled it. Screw them. I would hope. They gotta find a way. Because it was just 3, right? It was just 3 figures that they showed that they didn't release. If they could just find a way, and they're obviously playing with Disney right now. On the other hand, I suppose there is the financial aspect. It could be, they've got to have them. They might have just shown 3D prints that were painted up, huh? If they had, I would say if they had already done the tooling, maybe get them out there. But if they hadn't, they might figure there's just not enough money in making them. If there were, that would be awesome. Anton, did anyone see the trailer for the new Toy Story? It looks pretty cool. Toys versus AI. Really? No, I did not see it. Uncarded. Let's see. I'm in the Cabal, and it is one of the most inclusive and diverse communities in the action figure hobby. The bad rep is from a few people on the fringe that got butthurt over something or another. Yeah, that tends to happen. Skew, Spaded, you and Mr. Madsen. I have my one I dig, the ball and chain dude. Nice. Savage Crucible. I do need to pick one up, although that Paranoid should be here at some point, in theory. Sci-fi for decades, Detroit was looked down upon and written off, hence the Detroit versus everybody merchandise. Hey, I totally get it, and they're still probably looked down upon, but that's not helping is all I'm saying, you know? I totally get it. Let's see, Spaded, that does rock. Yeah, Skew. Spaded one, let's see, minimum 4. For an extra 40, you get the Mezco in full soft goods, classic look, spinning hammer, and effects. I know where my money's going. Harry, I'm going to be honest, after reading on the message base that some of the members were trying to find out who was selling Mythic Legions too cheap at shows, they wanted to have a talk with them. What? Really? That seems wrong. That doesn't seem right. Because you're selling stuff too cheap? Like, unless there's a legal thing as far as the Four Horsemen themselves have going, where, hey, if you're going to sell our stuff, you got to price it at this, like MSRP style. But if that's not a thing, then I don't get why anybody would be upset. Skew, I'm up for Spaded one. Mezco Thundercats. Oh, see, still, man, Mumra and Lionel. I want to see what those are going to look like. And why don't we get Overgear off of here? Oops. How about I just typed Jad Toys and it still showed up? Okay, I know at least 1 or 2 of you got this guy. What do you think? And what do you think about the mascots line? Or the cereal, like the Fred and Barney? I have them on pre-order. Anybody else? Who do you think would be next there? See, Uncarded, I've been a customer of Rob since his MAFC days. I have no issues at all with fully supporting Harbinger Studios. I enjoy the product line, but my preference is for details, deco, soft goods, etc. Gotcha. Spaded, Skew, Thundercats, oh! Anton, did everybody find the podcast recently? I did not, Anton, but I didn't look, in all fairness. My apologies, sir. But yeah, make sure, I want you, Anton, I'm going to give you this. I want you to pimp every time you're on the live stream. I want you to remind us about the name of your podcast. Skew, uncarded. The elbows are innovative, but aren't perfect. There's that. I still dig their first figures I've seen. Ah, okay. I've got Urzok and Otho coming, and I don't know how Urzok's elbows are going to be. What I'm annoyed about with Urzok is I didn't notice he didn't have extra hands, but I've got a hand pack, so I'm hoping I can make one of those work. All right, Outback. Jason, what do you got? Thanks, Dave. Planning to do some reviews, maybe a little news, local toy hunts in Australian stores, etc. Oh, nice. That should be cool. Are you in an area that has a lot of shops? Like, are you in? I don't know much about Australia. My apologies. I would think Sydney or Melbourne, maybe those are going to have quite a bit of things, but I have no idea. So help us out. Skew, let's see. Anton, not me yet. I have Mr. Matson's now. Okay. All right. So we've got Frosty. So I keep trying to figure out. I mean, we know in 2027 we're going to see stuff from Mattel that is DC style, or like Mattel. I think that what we're looking at with Mattel Chronicles, I think their DC line is going to look very much like that. My only complaint with the Mattel, the Masters of the Universe Chronicles, is they could use a few more accessories maybe. But that's it. Like the way they move, they do have extra hands. They do have that ball peg waist. They have weapons that make sense. If that's the direction they go with the DC Chronicles, I will be incredibly happy. Stoked indeed. Yeah, you can always tell when the chat is kind of like bubbling. It's bubbling under the surface. It wants to jump up. It wants to party. It wants to say, here we all are, Dave. But it won't do it. Oh, and just making sure everybody saw that Dr. Doom did in fact get a reissue. I put him up. I put my link up for Entertainment Earth on one of the tweets that I did recently. But so you know, he is $180. So he's a little pricey. At that price on Entertainment Earth, you do get free shipping. But I wanted to let you know too, I haven't decided to order him yet or anything yet. But I do use Mad Hatter's code on Toy Stalker. It's just House Hatter. And let's see, it gives you, I think, 10% off. So if you go to Toy Stalker, if you're looking for Dr. Doom, you might be able, I mean, you would get 10% off by ordering Dr. Doom, but I don't know what the shipping is there. So check that combo, look at Entertainment Earth. If you're going to get them, look at the deals, figure out obviously what's going to work best for you. Yeah, ain't he purty? This is, I think, the best Dr. Doom on the market. And now I'm kind of wondering, okay, so obviously Doomsday is coming out for what's going on here for Mezco. Do you think that they would consider reissuing, because obviously we know Cap's coming back. We know Thor's coming back. Do you think they would reissue any of their Caps, any of their Thors, like the Thor that just came out, for instance? Would they put him back up for pre-order? And then also any X-Men they've done in the past, like their Cyclops. Do you think they'd decide, ooh, we should reissue these and kind of catch up, maybe ride the hype train for Avengers Doomsday? I'm thinking that's a real possibility, but I don't know. I know that when it came to Moth-X, when Deadpool and Wolverine were coming out, I thought, holy crap, this is the perfect time to reissue the Deadpool and the Tiger Stripe Wolverine. And while they did eventually do that, they didn't do it till far after the movie's hype had died down. So didn't make a lot of sense to me, but Mezco does seem to be on it a little more than that. Moth-X is a weird one. They're kind of all over. Holy geez. Yep, that's what I'm talking about with the chat, man. It just jumps. Not cool, chat. Not cool at all. Although it's kind of cool. What do we have here? Okay. The jadedness continues. I have no idea what is next. That's part of the fun with them. That's fair, Skew. It is. All right. Anton knows it's on iHeartRadio. Okay. Thank you, Anton. iHeartRadio. I don't think I have that. Is that the only one? If it is, I'll see about grabbing it. See, they should definitely do Rudolph and then maybe Sonny from the Cocoa Bus. Oh, from Cocoa. Oh, what is it? Cocoa Crisp, right? Yeah, I think that's the one. Rudolph, what do we got here? If you're talking like holiday type stuff, they've done reindeer, or not. Jada hasn't done reindeer, but Operation Monster Force, that's not quite right. The Naughty or Nice collection has done reindeer, and I think you can make a Rudolph from that, but I'm not 100%. It's been a while since I looked at it. Skew, thanks. That's why. Uncarded Skew. Yeah, I think the Savage Crucible figures are super. Great sculpt, details, the articulation scheme. Engineering is somewhat complicated to disassemble, but soft goods would be perfect. Ooh, I wonder if they're going to hop on that train. Anton, will be sweet to see the Bedrock Rockers again. Oh, it's been a bit. Spaded, hear me out, Jada. Do the WMAC Masters. Plus 2 points if any of you nerds know what I'm talking about. Do you like lose points if you don't? Because I think I'm gonna lose them. The Doom is glorious. It is, Brandon. I'm stuck because I want to get him, but I've already got, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3. I think I've already got 2 or 3 things on pre-order that are over $100 for, because Rogue is supposed to come out some point this month. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, man. Do I want to get that crazy? But this Doom is, I mean, if I'm talking definitive, this Doom is the definitive Doom. Of all the Dooms that have come out, this is the Doom. His only problem is he seems to only have 90-degree rotate or bend at his elbows, which is a pain. But on the other hand, it's Doom. We're not talking a ninja here. Gotcha. That Doom, the Doom, either way, you capitalized Doom. I knew what you were saying. You're good, man. Skew, uncarded, agreed. The elbows could be tweaked too, in my humble opinion, but at least they're there. Spaded, I can't justify a $200 Doom if I don't have the Fantastic Four, and they're like $800 now. Womp womp. I get that. I do get that. I didn't regret not getting the Fantastic Four. And I think the reason is, and this is as silly as it comes, especially when I just said what I said about Doom having 90-degree bend at the elbows. They said Sue Storm is on the old female body. She doesn't move very well. Not that Sue's a ninja necessarily, but her arms would need to do like a serious bend, holding up the force shield and all that stuff. Yeah, I myself am a contradiction. This is why I always preface guidelines over rules. Skew, F4 might be reissued with different costumes. Any character might do it. You know, that's something I thought about, all those other characters that are coming back, but you're right. Like we just saw Fantastic Four. They might get reissued, especially if Mezco sees blood in the water like that. And didn't they already reissue the Fantastic Four once? Like this could be the third reissue. Harry, I had Doom waitlisted at 155, but I canceled because I've been dropping too much cash lately and I'd like to stay married. That is definitely going to be a big regret. The alien. I get it, man. Skew, once I saw them reissue Cap. Oh, did I miss that? Harry, facts. Skew, search on Google, iHeartRadio, Anton knows. Dave, Anton's link page pops right up. Sweet. Thank you, Skew. Spaded, Mezco needs to calm the F down with all this good stuff. I'm trying to catch up. Good luck, Spaded one. Brandon, yeah, since I'm in the process of moving, I had to slow down on dropping money and pre-ordering too. Yep, I totally get it, man. Skew, Doom is sick, Dave. I know. That's why I put a link up for him. I'm like, this is the Doom, guys. But even I'm looking at it going, I don't know, man. 180. He came out initially, I think Harry brought it up. He came out initially at 155, and that was tough. I mean, he comes with a lot, but 155 still seemed tough. Now at 180, whew. Harry, let's see. How is the die-cast armor for posing? You know, I saw D Amazing's review on him, and I think that it looked pretty okay. Like the one thing, like I said, when I was watching it, is the 90-degree bend at the elbows. But everything else seemed to be all right. At least that's the one, when I think back on the review, that's the one thing I remember going, ooh, I don't know about that. Skew, certain characters like this Doom, best I've seen. I hope the elbows are more than 90 degrees. Looks so dope. Yeah, I think this is a straight up reissue. D Amazing did a video on this guy, guys, like I just said. So after this, go ahead and check that out as well. So your homework tonight, watch the Mad Hatter, what he put up last night with Suya, which is kind of funny. And then watch the Amazing's review on Dr. Doom. You'll see you should get pretty much all your questions answered there. Let's see, Skew. Yeah, that Sue Storm articulation held me back too. Whew, I wasn't the only one. Spaded, just saw in the groups that someone got their Mezco Godzilla and Mezco Thor. Can't wait to get that dang Thor. I want to see how that Thor sizes up with other characters. Like with other characters from other lines. If that Mezco Thor sizes up well with the Mofex Cap and Iron Man, we shall see. Anton, thank you, Skew. Pixelated, Mezco could totally reissue them. They've shown the willingness to do it with the Gambit re-release. That's true. I didn't think about that, but I mean, yeah, Gambit's in the movie. They just, what was that? That Gambit reissue was what? 1 or 2 months ago, right? And you know he's got to be there. I don't remember his name being on the big time chair promo they did, but of course they're going to bring Gambit back. Pixelated, Mezco can also reissue Doom again a year later for Secret Wars. That's true. Hopefully they've made a pretty big run this time, or ordered a pretty big run. Skew, happy that Mezco and Mofex do that. Yep. Outback Action Figures. I don't have any Mezco figs yet, and Doom looks awesome, but 180 USD converts to about 255 Australian. Oh, yeah. As much as I'm sitting here balking at 180, 255 would definitely have me being like, yeah, I'm out. I'm out for sure. I don't know that there are any, let's see. There are no 6-inch action figures or 1/12 scale action figures that I would pay $255 for. Like for a set of them, I would. But there's nothing out there that I would think that would be a good thing to go for. Like I said, 180 even has me looking at this going, I don't know, man. Even if I had all the money in the world, are any of them worth that much? It would take a lot to convince me of that. Woo. Spaded one. If Mezco didn't learn from Mofex sizing Thor down, then they're helpless. I agree, Spaded one. Man, I'm trying to figure out what I ate. I had a sandwich. Oh, you know what? I had a Cuban sandwich. That might be why I'm so thirsty. Bit of salt on that stuff. Pixelated, what if the Mezco Thundercats are in the 5 points line and not the 112 line? See, Pixelated, that's just you being a jerk. I don't think so. Actually, I think that, hold on, let me see. I don't remember if I've got that up here. Give me just a sec. Let me see if I can find the image. I think it said 112 Collective on it. Their tees. Because now you've got me second guessing things. Thunder, Thundercats. Let's try. Here we go. Oh, I saw him earlier and still did that. Okay, wait a sec. Here we go. Whew, no, we're good. I just found the Thundercats tees on their Instagram page, and it has the 112th logo in the bottom right. That was being a jerk face, Pixelated. just so you're aware. But yeah, I just found it. It is a 112, so we're safe. Excuse, Spaded one. Yep, facts. Don't do that to Thor. Spaded, don't you put that evil on me, Pixelated. Don't worry, don't worry. In fact, guys, just to put everybody's mind at ease, let's do this real quick. Feel the magic and hear the roar. There you go. If you look in this bottom right-hand corner here on the tees, it does say 112th Collective Mezco Toys. So we're good. We're good. Unless they themselves are playing a prank on us, which would be sadness of the highest degree. And now I'm just going to leave that. We're just going to watch the Thundercats keep popping up on the screen. Skew Pixelated got me in my Stewie Griffin voice. Brian, stop it. No 5 points figures. Skew Brian Flynn. That's a bad Flynn. Pixelated Spaded, it would be a nightmare, but that's where the mind goes when they don't provide pictures. I concur. I do see that, Pixelated. Spaded, the Mesco 5 points are actually really cool for what they are, but I would never consider one until I already have the 112. I considered for a while they did like the Mirage 4-pack of Turtles. I considered getting those in 5 points. They just look like fun little figures. Whoop. Sorry, thank you, Dave. No 5 points. No worries, Skew. That's the kind of thing, though. I know exactly what Pixelated's talking about when you're going, oh, sweet, this is going to happen. And then a couple days go by and you're going, wait a sec. Are we sure? Are we sure that's what's going to happen? And then you're let down. All right, uncarded Thundercat Insanity. Wait until Mesco reveals their version of the Thunder Tank. You know, now that they're doing vehicles, I wonder what that would look like. Skew Pixelated, you know it happened before. I'm sure that's probably why Pixelated had that thought. Spaded one, the TMNT 5 points is actually an amazing set. Tons of options in that. Yeah, I think that's why I was looking at it. I was like, that just looks like goofy fun. I could just put those on the desk and constantly be fiddling with them and, you know, not working, which would probably be a problem. All right, let's get these off the screen because that would drive me crazy. Let's jump back into the Dr. Doom. So reading the tea leaves a bit, I would say we might be in for a few more reissues from Mezco that have to do with the Doomsday movie. And that was a good point too earlier about Secret Wars. We might be looking at quite a few reissues in the coming months, but we'll have to see. Like, I was listening to Kaiju Daddy talking about how Mafex is doing all these reissues. I mean, we talked about before, but they're doing all those reissues to cut CT Toys off at the pass, so to speak. And they're kind of upsetting factories with a bunch of reissues because they're not ordering as many. So the factories aren't getting as much, but they're holding up the line, that kind of deal. So if Mezco's going to keep reissuing, I think they're going to need to make quite a few. Fortunately, I think they'll have the opportunity to make quite a few because of those upcoming movies. But yes, reading the tea leaves at this point, I would say Mezco will be reissuing a lot of Marvel stuff that they've done in the past. Now, let's go down here. Oh, I saw something interesting. So check this out. And I didn't read enough into it. I should have read about it more. So this is the Bandai SHF. This is, let's see, Bandai Namco, let's see, model kit set. So maybe this isn't exactly what we're talking about, but I'll still leave it up. It looks like SHF is going to be allowed to sell Star Wars figures in like specialty shops, comic shops, collector places, that sort of deal, which is the first time that they've been able to come over here with Star Wars and sell those in the US, like without, say, going through Big Bad Toy Store or anything. They're going to be able to sell it directly to these shops instead of, you know, like basically what I'm saying, oh no, I'll tell you guys in a minute. Basically what I'm saying is Hasbro does not seem to have a monopoly on smaller shops, whereas they have a monopoly on places like Walmart and Target. So at least with Mando and Grogu for the upcoming movie, by the way, there's another reading the tea leaves. We're going to see a lot from that movie coming up this year. But what's going on is Hasbro no longer has the monopoly in the US of releasing 6-inch Star Wars figures over here, which I think is fantastic for all of us, at least in the case of Mando and Grogu. We'll have to see what happens moving forward. The uh-oh is, check this out. Hang on, I'm going to show you right now. So you see this. This is something my niece made for me at this point 2 or 3 years ago, and it has been around my wrist for those 2 or 3 years, and it just came undone. This is the first time, like, she made my mom one a while back. Toypixx had some, or had one, and hers broke off like a year ago. Mine, I'm far more delicate, obviously, but whoa, I'm going to have to put this somewhere and tell my niece I'm going to need another one with the same Superman colors. That was very strange. Anyway, that's something that's something we can look forward to potentially, is more Star Wars figures being able to be released to other locations stateside, so that Hasbro doesn't have the monopoly in specialty shops anyway. I think that's very cool. I think that's great, actually. Share screen. We'll go back to this. Let's see. Skew, ride the movie waves. Yep, faux show. What have we? Uncarded. I wonder if they'll be making a Mezco version of the Watcher and Beyonder. Ooh, no. What's the biggest figure Mezco has ever made? I mean, Beyonder maybe, but not the Watcher, I wouldn't think. I don't know, guys. Help me out. What is the largest? I'm sorry. Let's clarify. The largest 1/12 scale figure they've ever made. I know they made a Darkseid and they made a Hulk. Did they make any bigger than those? Skew, not sure. That Select Watcher is out there, but they are gone now. Yeah, that thing's not coming back now. Unless, who was it that didn't NECA buy some of Diamond? I wonder if they got the Marvel Select part, or if the Marvel Select part could even be sold, since that would be technically Marvel, I think. I wonder. There's a lot of questions here. Skew, Select is defunct for now. Uncarded Skew for sure. I have that Watcher in my collection. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Well played, sir. Skew, I remember those, Dave. Nice. Anton, I love model kits. I used to collect them. I still have all my old ones, even though they're a little beat up. But they were always fun. Cavemen and dinosaurs. Nice. I don't think I ever saw model kits of either of those. Weird. By the way, I just saw today there's going to be a dinosaur show on Netflix. Like an actual, like, dinosaurs, it looks like. Not the ABC version, which we all loved, but a real thing on dinosaurs. I'm going to have to catch that because dinosaurs rule. Skew, uncarded, awesome with LPZZ and Pop Mart and the like. Anybody else might pop up, including Mezco. Let's see. Skew, Lockjaw and the Mech, Dave. Lockjaw and the Mech. Lockjaw and the Mech. Let's see. Anton. Oh, that's right. Lockjaw they did. Mezco. What was, oh yeah, the Mech. I forgot all about the Mech. The one that the Mork Gomez wrote in, right? Anton, here's a cool fact about Star Wars model kits. When they used to do the old model kits for Star Wars, they just used them and bought them from model kit stores and used them in Return of the Jedi. Really? That's pretty sweet. I didn't know that. Brandon, that's a shame about Marvel Select. I really wanted that War Machine. I kept hoping, let's see, we'd get a modular armor Iron Man to go with him. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, my guess is McFarlane talked about this a little bit with his 7-inch line. He said that generally what would happen is once somebody would get the master license or whatever, they would decide what they were going to do, or like a collector's license. And the license would encompass a certain number of scales and all that. So if something disappeared, then the license would I can't remember exactly what he said. I shouldn't open my mouth. But basically, he was saying chances are anybody that would have the 1/12 scale of something would also just have the 1/10 scale. So it sounded like the fact that Marvel Select and Marvel Legends were broken up like they were was kind of a strange thing. Anton, I'm sorry that happened about your niece's bracelet. No, it's okay. I mean, it's just a little, they kind of tie them together. They do the braiding thing, and they're expected to break eventually. So I'm cool with it. My niece will be cool with it. It just kind of surprised me. I figured I'd have it on my wrist for forever. It's a weird thing when you've got something around your wrist for 2 or 3 years and suddenly it's not there. It's like if I just stopped wearing my watch. I don't even use my watch, but it would feel weird if it weren't on my wrist. Skew, that's it, Dave. Mech with Mort Gomez and Lockjaw. Huge bulldog in humans. I wonder now, because not only that mech was pretty well articulated, wasn't it? So they would do, I mean, if they did a watcher at that size, that would be about right. Whoops. Uncarded Fonjoy is making some nice figures as well. We are spoiled for choice. Yeah. Oh, it's good times. It's good times. So anyway, that's something I can't read the tea leaves here, but Mando and Grogu are going to specialty shops from SHF, which is, like, to me, that is massive, and that's hugely exciting. I hope that what it means is that now figures like, let's say, the SHF Marvel characters from Marvel versus Capcom can go to specialty stores, or like the other Star Wars figures can go to specialty stores, because what that in theory will do is lower the prices for all of us, because now we don't have to worry about shipping quite as much. So yeah, I'm stoked about it. Tea leaf reading, that's not really that, but it is forecasting and at least hoping that it happens that way for us. Now we're looking at, let's see. I want to find, let's go find these guys. There's one of the Soldiers of Fortune. This would be the one. There you go. We need a water decal right over that blue hood with a particular snake emblem on it. I want to see what that's going to look like. So if anybody orders this guy, game on, show me what's up. On the other hand, maybe you just get it for the head. Maybe you don't even need the snake emblem. And this guy, if I recall correctly, and I think it was just a disguise, but CC had kind of the goatee going and all that stuff in the comics too. But he had the sunglasses. And I think he had a beret too. Am I right? But yeah, I'm looking for the hairdryer gun. Is that a little hairdryer gun? Maybe. That would be kind of funny. I think it kind of is, guys. I didn't notice that before. Here he's got just a good old-fashioned pistol, M16, a couple fire blasts or a couple blast effects. He's got the smoke, got a couple extra hands. Yeah, that's looking good. It's looking a little enemy-like. Can't recall who it is, of course, after bringing up the smoke or the Cobra logo all over it. Skew, let us know how you dig the Super Musk, those getting them in. Man, I can't wait. The photos that I've been having to do, they always have to, I mean, for years at this point, they've had to be fairly close up on the figures. And now with that much space in width, I'm going to be able to do a lot more. And because it's got all that poking out, and because it's made of plastic, there's going to be a little more dimension. Oh, it's going to be so much fun to shoot that thing. I'm going to be hugely excited. And I hope that Ace is able, I know before he was talking about building up that wall section in the back of it, I hope he's able to do that. Because if I could do a shot from down low, pointing up at some of the guys, that picture would be so much fun. But with it being as high as it is, we'll still get decent shots. But I won't be able to shoot from the bottom like a worm's eye view, because then I'll just see my actual ceiling. So if we can add to that back wall, that would be a blast for photography. Uncarded, this Cobra Commander is goated. Yeah, it's going to look good. Glad to see these head sculpts for sure, Skew. Pixelated, didn't Mezco release a Yeti? Does anybody know? Did Mezco release a Yeti? I don't remember. Let's see, found the Yeti size on Mezco's site. Stands over 9 inches tall and 1/12 scale. There you go. Okay, I think Pixelated discovered that they did in fact sell a Yeti. So 9 inches. Do you think that would cover the Watcher, or should the Watcher be a little taller? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Because, man, I wonder how much of a role the Watcher would play in the MCU. I mean, I know he's been in the shows. That would be interesting to see. Skew, Dave, get a shot sequence from the manhole cover. I think the 97 cartoon or the movie 1990 did that. That's fire. Oh, that would be fun. Oh, that would be fun. You know what would be a fun picture, actually? Now that you say that, you remember the part where in the original cartoon where they all just get launched from the party wagon and they're all in the air looking up? That would be a fun shot to do, like with the sky in the background. Oh, I'd have my work cut out for me, but that would be a blast of a pic. Whoop, we're jumping all over. Perspective. Yeah, sorry, Skew. I figured that's what you were saying. I was just trying to me wording gets tricky. Me wording get tricky times some. LBZ, yo, I want the Sasquatch. The Sasquatch looked good. I listened to Robo's review some. I glanced at it a couple times. That thing looks ridiculous. Thanks, Paul. Ooh, I'm jumping again. Let's see, unraveling. Let's see, unravel not Jar Jar. What's up, man? Dude is actually insane. I was on his stream and I mentioned a company and he flipped. What? What are you talking about? Help me, help me. Skew, that's about the right size. Pixelated and Mezco did Dark Side too. Almost forgot. Yep. LBZ, sup, Paul. That's just Paul keeping the people involved. Always appreciated. Ah, good times. This guy Fabs made me not want to collect anymore. This guy Fabs, is Fabs somebody associated with these guys with Fresh Monkey Fiction? Skew, thank you, sir. Woo. See, unraveling, but I found a better streamer. I don't know who that. I don't know who that is, but hey, I'm glad you're here, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. That's very cool of you. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out. We're having a good time. We usually go till about 8:30. These streams are always Monday nights and Thursday nights. Sorry, I blanked for a second. Oh, my own streams. These streams are Mondays and Thursdays from 7 to 8:30. So good to see you jumping in. Yes, I'm excited. Sweet. It's going to be fun, man. One of the things I like about these streams is everybody's so cool. Everybody's so chill. We just sit back and have a good time. Skew, unraveled, not Jar Jar. Never give up. Just leave that stream alone. If you ever feel bad like that, never give up. Yeah, man. There are those streams, sometimes you watch them and you're just going, yeah, I just can't do this anymore. I'm going to go somewhere else. So I get that. I do get that. All right. So topic tonight still, guys. I know we kind of jump around a little bit. What do we think is coming out in 2026 from what we've seen so far? Or what do we want to see come out? I know looking at Fresh Monkey Fiction right now, I have no idea what they're planning on next. But they always do some kind of little thing where you're like, oh, I know that actor. Let's see, Anton, yes, that would be real cool, but you got a beautiful April O'Neil behind the wheel of the party wagon. That's fair, that's fair. Maybe, we could get her so her head's turned looking out the window. That'd be fun too. Yes, that's what I'm going to do, Skew. Good to have you here, Unraveling. Let's see, I found a few new streams. Very nice. It's always good. It helps the sanity a little bit, I think, when you're able to find stuff with people that are just like, yeah, let's just have a good time. Let's just have fun with this. All right. So, yeah, I have no idea what the tea leaves are telling me when it comes to that. As far as Marvel Legends, I think there's a lot of leak lists out there. Let me know what's going on with that. If any of you are big into Legends, what is it that you're hoping to see there? I know all the leak lists for this year for Transformers, and this isn't really Transformers so much, so we won't worry about that. We will jump in here. Here's plenty of Muffets that are in stock now. Let me look here and see what I've got that I can. Oh my God. Look at all this, guys. Holy crap. All right, so starting here, I can tell you what I've got that I would heartily recommend. I would certainly recommend this Bane. I think this is the best Bane on the market. So if you're looking for a Bane and you want the definitive end-all, be-all Bane, this is the one to go for. at least if you're playing in 1/12 scale. I think the McFarlane one is too big. I know a lot of people say Bane's supposed to be huge. I don't think of him as that huge. I think of him here, and he's about an inch taller, I think, than Batman. Maybe right around that. So he's definitely good size. He's a huge figure. He's cool. I like him a lot. And then I've already told you guys I really like this Joker. Some don't. I like just the spindliness of him. You can get him in all kinds of crazy poses like that. I know some people don't like his face and all that stuff, so your mileage may vary on this. But I'm a fan. He is a little older. He has different articulation than what they're working with now. This is just a repaint of the Mafex figure, the Batman, the Hush Batman, that changed my entire collecting life. So I wholly recommend any version of this guy, whether blue or black. And let's see, he's 102 at BBTS, which doesn't seem too bad considering the prices they're charging for Mafex now. And I don't mean BBTS, I just mean Mafex as a whole. What else do I have here? I have this Batman, again, very cool. I would choose the Hush one over this one, but mostly that's because I just prefer the design. But also, you don't get quite as much range out of the neck because of the way the cape's done, but you still get a lot of the range out of the neck. Honestly, like for me, I choose the Hush, but I can see how for anybody else, you're getting pretty much just as good a figure if you prefer the look of this guy. I've got them both. I like them both. I just have more fun with the Hush because of his look. And then the rest of these steel this is underrated. Now, one thing I would do is, as much as I hate to say this, if you're worried about money or you're going to be careful with your spend and all that, look to Amazon first. Last time I saw steel on there, he was around 75 or 80 bucks, something like that. And here he's 105. But I wholeheartedly like steel is one of the best Mafex figures you can get. And then as I go down here, Harley's really awesome. But they're female figures. Once you get one, you kind of get them all. I'm hoping that they kind of improve those a bit. This Catwoman, I mean, I know we're talking female figure again, is $100. And she articulates surprisingly well. Harley feels kind of stiff. This Catwoman does a great job, and she's a great figure. So honestly, if you're looking for a Catwoman in 1/12 scale, this is the way. But yeah, I can't believe they've got all those in stock right now. That's ridiculous. Thank you, Paul, for keeping everybody involved as always, sir. Skew, Fresh Monkey Fiction is hitting more BBTS, Dave. This guy and the Tux Denzel looking guy. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that guy. Let's see, Brandon, the action shot of the TMNT falling to the ground with their weapons is cool too. Oh, that's a good call too. Oh, man. And that one you could do with the Musk. Oh, that's a good call, Brandon. Uncarded, that new Real Ghostbusters Janine set looks outstanding too. Yeah, what do you guys think's going to happen next with the Mondo Ghostbusters? Like, who did they even... I vaguely remember the cartoon. I mean, the Janine all of them look incredible, for sure. You know me, I'm going to look at them and say, I don't know with the articulation, but there is no denying those look like they were pulled directly from that cartoon. So what do you guys think? Because I don't remember the cartoon well enough to say, I think they could do a Louis Tully, or they could do this character or that character. Was Louis Tully even in the Real Ghostbusters? I legit don't know. Let's see. Unraveling. Let's see. Hey, Paul. Paul keeps us all involved, man. He's a good dude. When I finish high school, I will have more money. Good man. And then they will have more Mafex. Don't worry. When you get done with high school, there's going to be all kinds of figures waiting for your money. Skew, also Legends reissues, Cable and Power Princess about to hit BBTS. Big wave hitting. That's right. And that Cable, I mean, Power Princess looks great, but the way they've done her articulation, it breaks you a little bit because that's a good looking figure. And that Cable looks great too. And seriously, I'm reaching at my wrist and going, what's going on? Something's missing. Yeah, It is. But that cable, even though he doesn't have a ball peg waist because of that belt, I am tempted by him. Just a little bit, not enough to pull the trigger, but I think he's better than a lot of what Legends puts out. Brandon, I've been out of Legends for a while now, but I may get Secret Wars Daredevil. He looks good. He looks good. He's still got the reverse ab crunch, and I prefer the ball peg waist, but I can't deny that's a good looking Daredevil. I'm lucky I found the Mofex Daredevil when he was, like, I pre-ordered him when he was first released, so his price wasn't insane. So I'm glad I've got him. But right now, I would say careful because he's pricey. But I think that Legends Daredevil is also really good. Riley, I still enjoy collecting. No, just need more money. Hey man, we're all in that boat. What line are you collecting right now? Like, what's your favorite thing? Skew, let's see, facts always. Yeah, you don't grow out of wanting more money for more stuff, sadly. LBZ, I finally got Mofex Bane today. Not sure if I'm going to get any more Mofex figures unless it's really good. I would recommend, wait, hold on. Okay, LBZ, did Bane not sell you on Mofex? Because I think he's a great figure. Let me know if you liked him quite a bit. If you did, I would say Steel is one to definitely pick up. And I think Catwoman is one to pick up, honestly. And Batman. I could just keep going down the list. But Steel is a very surprising figure. Skew, I like that Joker. It looks like the one we grew up with back in the day, Jim Lee style, to Aparo and O'Neill, etc. Yeah. Did you guys know, by the way, Denny O'Neill? So if you don't know much about the history with Transformers and everything, so Jim Shooter is the person, he was the editor-in-chief at Marvel at the time. He kind of wrote the stuff about Cybertron, Autobots, and Decepticons. He kind of came up with that whole thing, them crash landing 4 million years ago. And then Denny O'Neill came up with the name Optimus Prime. I had no idea, but that is insanely cool. And then after that, Bob Budiansky did pretty much everything else when it comes to the character bios and everything for the Transformers. But just, man, if you guys like Transformers, look up a video series called The Basics by Chris McFeely. Like, I think he's got over 200 episodes up right now. And you'll learn so much. And it's really cool. It's a lot of fun to check out. Uncarded, that Mofex Hush Batman is the gift that keeps on giving. For sure, man. If anybody doesn't have him and you've got the means and you digs you a Batman, I think he's the way. Anton, it's always fun to have when you guys, it is Anton, with you too, man. Unraveling, got some stuff from Big Bad for Christmas. My parents got me and my brother both that toy each, or one hot toy each. Oh, nice. What did you guys get? I'm scared to get hot toys, actually, because I'm afraid I'd fall in a rabbit hole. Brandon, the only, that kept me from getting that Nightfall Batman was that main head. They basically just took the Hush head and made the ears longer. It's pretty close. Yeah, I can see why you might think that. Let's see, Anton, remember, guys, buy more toys, always have fun, and be safe. You too, Anton. Thanks very much for stopping in tonight, man. Always appreciated. Uncarded, that Mofex Poison Ivy is choice. I need to get her. Riddler, and Scarecrow for sure. Like, I got to go back and get all those. She looks good. Does anybody have the Riddler and Scarecrow? And what do you think? I mean, obviously, we kind of have an idea of what Mofex is going to do. We've seen everything they showed off. We've heard the leak rumors. Something I hope that we see released soon, or at least put up for pre-order, is Archangel, Beast, and Colossus. Because then we're close to having the blue and the gold teams filled out. Actually, yeah, because we'd have Beast, which would fill out the blue team, because then we'd have Jubilee, we'd have Tiger Stripe Wolverine, we should be good then. And then we would be close with gold, because even though, I know we've talked about this before, but even though Bishop didn't join the gold team till like 1 or 2 issues into them being the gold team, I feel like Bishop is necessary for the gold team. So hopefully they're able to come out with him. But right now, Archangel, Colossus, and Beast are all potentially on leak lists, as long as Mofex can keep the prices reasonable and people can still get them. and they stop fighting CT Toys, and CT Toys dies a terrible, tragic death. Would it be tragic, though, if it were CT Toys? No. Sorry. Pixelated LBZ, what do you not like about the Bane? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Take care, Anton. Unraveling, I agree, Anton. Brandon, the only thing that kept me from getting the Nightfall Batman was those heads. They basically just took the headshot. Yep. Outback, I just ordered a few Mafex figs from a Japanese site, including the Catwoman for about 87 AUD, around 62. Oh, man. Outback, I am, in fact, jealous, Jason. That's making me sad. I mean, it's making me insanely happy for you. But, man, we need to get those prices fixed. And not fixed in a way that's going to destroy the economy. I would just love to get more of this stuff. But Jason, you are going to love this Catwoman, truly. Like, I've taken some of my favorite pictures are with this Catwoman. And one of the things that I've talked about in the past is a character that is dressed mostly in black is a cheat code for photography. Like, it's difficult to not make Snake Eyes look cool. It's difficult to not make this Catwoman or Darth Vader. Well, Darth Vader, he's always going to be cool anyway. But Luke in his black attire and all that stuff, any character that's wearing black, you're going to be able to take awesome photos with by default. They're really cool. And this Catwoman has kind of a shiny suit, so it's sort of Pfeiffer-ish from Batman Returns. It kind of gives that vibe a little bit. It's really cool. LBZ, Pixelated, not Bane in particular, just other companies getting my attention, like in our LPZZ. Bane is in my pile of loot right now. Oh, okay. Gotcha, LBZ. No worries, man. No worries. But if you get him and you like him, some other suggestions are definitely that Hush Batman, Steel, and this Hush Catwoman. But, don't get too crazy. You want to take it slow so that I can make sure I'm not giving you something that I just dig that maybe others wouldn't. Like Joker, I know that I really like him, but I've heard a lot of people say they're not big fans. Brandon, Mafex Daredevil is still my definitive, especially with Punisher coming in June. I just dig the look of Secret Wars Daredevil. Yeah, you're right. He looks really good. And Punisher, do you think Punisher's actually going to come in June? Rogue is supposed to be here end of this month, which makes her 10 months late, which Gambit's going to have questions, I think. That's long enough for her to, never mind, let's just keep going. That's a horrible thought I just had. Skew, they nailed Transformers. Awesome. Everything, name, lore, etc. Skew, I fully agree, man. When you look back at that stuff, Transformers was so lucky to have people that for whatever reason ended up kind of giving a crap about it. A lot of fiction back then didn't have that because they really treated it all like they're just selling toys. These guys, they took it a little more seriously, and I am forever grateful to them for that. Pixelated Mafex tend to be my default, especially for Hush. Hush is still probably my favorite sub-line of action figures. Hush figures are perfection. Skew, Mafex nailed the DC characters and most Marvel too. Yeah, they do a good job. I loves me my Mafex figures. Let's see, Thor's about to fly through all companies if they don't start messing them up scale mostly. Yeah. Sci-Fi, it's a good thing Four Horsemen lowered the price on that legendary warrior. I'll never pay extra for less head. I have standards. I get that. I do get that. I have nothing. I was wondering what they were going to do because they had to take that away. And that all those figures showed up from the factory already. So, because they've got to have them ready for all the different shows. So, they're going through there. They're having to open them, take those heads out and everything. It sucks for them, I'm sure. Skew, Sci-Fi. Let's see. AI Snow approves. Al Snow approves your message, and so do I. Oh, dear. See, Sci-Fi. I'm on a budget. I need Sci-Fi. CT Toys. Oh, the toy manatee. I know. They must die. Skew, Sci-Fi, same. They still must die. Thank you, sir. Oh, dear, no. There will be no dissension on the live stream. Brandon, as far as Punisher, I'm just going off of what Hobby Link Japan tells me. I know, man. I know. I wish I could find out when these things were actually going to start to happen, you know? Like with Rogue being so late, I'm wondering how much time I've got to pre-order other stuff, frankly. Pixelated, check the import sites if you want more MobX figures. Ami Ami has the Daredevil for just under 11K JPY or about 70 USD. Nice, but I'm hearing scary things about the charges when they get to the US. So I'm curious. Like I say, I've been waiting for this Rogue for so long so I could answer that question about shipping and tariffs and everything from Ami Ami. So once I've got a better idea of that, then I'll know where to go. I mean, I love Ami Ami. That's where I've got nearly all my MOFX from Ami Ami. So I'm hoping I can still keep shopping for them. They're the one online site that I haven't had any problems with. Mr. Matson, 4-H is finding a way to get people those heads. Yeah, that's what I read, that they were going to try and sell them later this year, possibly with another figure, possibly on their own. You just don't know. Skew, the outfit particularly. Brandon, that's what I did. When I saw how much BBTS wanted for Punisher, I went straight to Hobby Link. Yep. Outback, I have Punisher as a character, but the shoulders on the MOFX version look a little odd to me. Or I love Punisher as a character. Yeah, Jason, here's what I don't get what MOFX does when it comes to shoulders with the photos. So hang on, let me try and grab somebody here. Who do we got that's got really good shoulders here to mess with? Let us wheel. If we wheel. Here is... All right. Let me do this. And then we're about at that time. We have 8:31. So we're about to close the live stream, but that's okay. Let's show off. Here's Daredevil, the MOFX Daredevil. Let me pop the batons off him here. So when MOFX takes their product shots, or whoever takes their product shots, they always find a way to make the shoulders look kind of odd. Like it's like they don't know how these shoulders work. And I can barely make them happen so that they look wrong, right? But when you make them look right, when they make them do things, you shove them in a little bit, they look a lot better. So honestly, when it comes to MOFX and the shoulders thing, because I've heard a lot of people talk about how the shoulders don't look right, I think it is whoever they have taking pictures just doesn't know how to mess with the shoulders too much. So like right now, I will show you, this is pushed in all the way with the arms down all the way. Hang on just a sec. I'm making sure that what I'm telling you is true so that you can make a more accurate assessment here so that I can show you what's up. It's all quiet and riveting while I'm sitting here messing with Daredevil. So there you go. There's the shoulders pushed all the way in with the arms as far down as I can get them. It looks right. Like it looks like a person. Let's cover my face there. One, because it's my face, but two, because that'll give you a better look at the shoulders too. But yeah, I mean, the shoulders generally on a MOFX figure look fine. It's just however they find a way to pose them for those shots always makes them look wrong and funky, and it drives me crazy. Like MOFX, the two lines that I see that I would love to take photos for, and I need to get a hold of them, because like with Transformers, the person doing the stuff doesn't transform them correctly, so it makes me sad. With MOFX, the shoulders, they always find a way to make them look funky. Like you might have something like that in the photo, and you're going, wait, that looks terrible. But just so you know, generally when it comes to shoulders, it's not as bad as MOFX makes them look. See, okay, glad to see that. Looks much better than I expected. And that's all of them, because that's when I hear people talk about the shoulders, I'm usually convinced they don't have much as far as like MOFX in hand, because when you know how to mess with them, you're good. It's just whoever they use with the photographer, for the photographer, doesn't know how to use them. Skew, they look right when you do it, Dave. Thank you, Skew. I appreciate it, man. Sci-fi, I can't believe that Ace cheapened out on the Super Musk. It's all plastic, no actual steel, glass, asphalt, or cement. I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. You know what? I'm going to demand a refund. That's just not right. Ace is in trouble now. Pixelated Sci-fi, it's the lack of a working phone booth that bothered me about the Musk. You know what? If I can't actually spin the buttons or like push the buttons, it's game over, man. See you, Mr. Madsen. We're about done with this one. Say what you will about CT Toys Day, but they have yet to IP infringe on Red Sonja. You know what? That's fair. You know they're evil if they start taking boss fights designs. Skew Sci-Fi, you gonna add furniture and accessories in there? Super Musk, Dave? I'll find something to add on to it. Definitely in the sewer. I feel wrong having a sewer without having a good set of, I shouldn't say that. I have the NECA Mirage turtles, but I feel wrong having a sewer without those Mesco turtles. I'm going to need to try and find those. Take care, Skew. Good to see you this fine evening, man, and good to see everybody else. So I'm going to call it there. So thanks for hanging out tonight, everybody. You all know how it is. You could have done anything, and you chose to hang out here with all of us. So thank you very much. I massively appreciate it. So until next time, have fun. Happy snapping. See ya. I'm going to hit end stream now. Things are going to be awkward as I hit it a second time.